You're stuck, caught in a whirlwind of distractions, an endless cycle of notifications, and insatiable desires. Each like, each message, each interruption steals your attention and drains your discipline, leaving you emptier with each passing moment. It's time to say enough! You're going to learn how to break these chains, cut through the noise, and reclaim an unyielding focus. Don't let the world dictate your pace. Let's free your mind and restore your true disciplinary strength to take control of your life. Deep down, isn't it just making you feel more hollow? What if there was a way out? Not just a break or a disconnection, but a true reset. Something that goes way beyond turning off technology. Something that changes the way you think, feel, and live. A reset to reprogram your mind, free it from this endless chaos, and bring it back to what's essential. It's time to regain control, reclaim clarity, rediscover the joy in simple things, and reconnect with what truly matters. Have the discipline to move forward without being swept away by the trivialities of today's world. It's not just about getting rid of the excess. It's about being reborn for a life with purpose. Enough. Stop being a slave to the next notification, the next click, the next distraction that steals your time and leaves you more empty. Have you ever noticed how life has become a collection of lost moments? Every minute sucked into the screen. Every second traded for a false sense of being connected. Look at your day. You wake up and the first thing you do is check your phone, not because you need to, but out of habit. When you eat, you barely notice the taste of the food, too busy with the messages or videos you consume. And the worst part, the time that should be for rest turns into just another opportunity to get distracted by things that don't matter. It's like being on a carousel that never stops, spinning faster and faster, with no time to breathe. This cycle is exhausting. It wears you down. It's time to reset, to do something radical. A mental reset is a break from this frantic routine. It's shutting off the autopilot and reconnecting with real life. It's not just about taking a break from social media, but about breaking the dependency. This is a total recovery, where every step is taken with intention and every moment regains meaning. The reset starts when you say no to the urge to check your phone every 5 minutes. When you swap the endless scroll of a feed for a silent walk, where the sounds of the real world bring you back to the present. When you rediscover the pleasure of an unhurried coffee, of a slow hug, of living without rushing. Because life isn't in the next notification. It's here, now, all around you. This is the call. It's a choice between staying on this runaway carousel or stepping off to reclaim clarity and true freedom. Are you ready for this reset? Discipline. It's not a pretty word. It's not easy to swallow. But it's what separates those who only dream from those who actually achieve. When the initial excitement fades and the urge to give up takes over, discipline is what keeps you on track. Look around. Everyone wants quick results, losing weight in a week, getting rich with a magic formula, finding happiness in the next purchase. But do you know what really shapes success? It's not the big sporadic actions, but the small steps repeated day after day without excuses. Every workout you do, even when you're tired, every time you resist the urge to check your phone in the middle of work, every time you choose the hard now to have it easy later. Discipline is the courage to say no to instant gratifications that seem sweet in the moment, but are poisonous in the long run. It's waking up early when your body wants 5 more minutes. It's setting boundaries for yourself, even when no one is watching. It's knowing that every choice matters because, in the end, what you do today defines who you'll be tomorrow. Think about it. While many are stuck in procrastination, postponing what they need to do to distract themselves with what's easy, discipline is what makes you stand out. It's not about being perfect, but about being consistent, about beating yourself every day. Because it's in the repetition of small victories that big transformation happens. And to strengthen that discipline, an important step is the dopamine detox, a practice that helps you regain control and break the vicious cycles of immediate rewards. When you cut out the excess, when you eliminate distractions, discipline becomes more than a practice. It becomes part of who you are. We live in an age of disguised addictions. Each notification, each like, each binge-watch series episode seems harmless, but in reality, they are small doses of dopamine that leave the mind craving more. It's like being trapped in a cycle where instant gratification has become the norm. And anything that requires effort or patience seems like an impossible sacrifice. The dopamine detox is the antidote to this modern dependency. It's a radical process of clearing the mind, cutting off the excesses that steal your focus and drain your energy. It's not just about stopping phone use for a day or avoiding social networks for a week. It's about going beyond. It's disconnecting from everything that ties you to the superficial and relearning to connect with what's essential. Imagine the impact of resetting your habits. When you stop chasing the next easy reward and allow your brain to adjust to the absence of artificial stimuli, something powerful happens. Suddenly, you start to see the value in small things. The pleasure of reading a book without getting distracted, the relief of a deep conversation without checking the clock, the satisfaction of completing a task without looking for instant rewards. The detox is a training for your mind, a return to basics, where simplicity has room to flourish. When you break the vicious cycles of instant gratification, discipline becomes stronger and focus becomes sharper. Everything that once seemed out of reach starts to become possible. You rediscover true pleasure, the kind that doesn't come from a screen, but from life lived authentically. So ask yourself, how long will you keep being a hostage to the stimuli that distract you from your own life? It's time to start over and set yourself free. The true power lies in those who control the mind, not in those who are controlled by it. When did the small pleasures of life lose their charm? When did having coffee on the porch, smelling a new book, or hearing the sound of rain become insufficient? The addiction to instant gratification has stripped these simple experiences of their magic, replacing them with an endless cycle of more and more. The dopamine detox and discipline change that. When you break the habit of seeking pleasure in constant distractions, life starts to reveal its hidden treasures. Imagine waking up and instead of checking your phone, taking a few minutes to feel the morning sun on your face without rushing. Imagine going for a walk and noticing details you haven't seen in a long time. The sound of leaves underfoot, the smell of wet grass, the fresh air filling your lungs. Rediscovering pleasure in the little things is like tuning an instrument that was out of pitch. Everything gains a new depth. Even the simplest, most routine activities become opportunities for genuine satisfaction. Cooking dinner, for example, can go from being a chore to a moment of creativity and presence. Each ingredient you chop, each aroma that arises, everything comes to life again. When you eliminate the excess, even silence becomes enjoyable. Have you noticed how often you seek noise just to fill the emptiness? Be it music, podcasts, videos, always something to occupy the mind. But with the detox, silence becomes an invitation for mental rest, a space to truly listen to your thoughts and feel the peace that has long been set aside. This rediscovery is transformative. Things that once went unnoticed start to regain their value. Each day stops being just a sequence of tasks and turns into a series of meaningful experiences. And that gives you something that instant rewards could never provide, a genuine sense of satisfaction and contentment. Real pleasure doesn't come from the next click or the next like. It comes from being present in the moment. Real transformation happens in the routine. It's not what you do once, but what you repeat every day that shapes your life. Studies show that it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, and each repeated action, no matter how small, reprograms your mind to adopt healthier, more intentional behaviors. Creating purposeful routines means replacing automatic and destructive habits with practices that truly add value to your day. Think about it. How many times do you open your phone on impulse without even realizing it? This repeated action done dozens of times throughout the day steals precious minutes that could be used more productively. Now imagine if instead, you adopted the habit of reading a few pages of a book every time you felt that impulse. Little by little, your mind would be trained to seek gratification in something that truly nourishes you. It's about starting small. It can be as simple as dedicating 5 minutes in the morning to meditate, journal, or just reflect on the day ahead. These moments add up and over time create a compound effect that enhances all areas of your life. Small adjustments that, when combined, lead to significant changes. The secret lies in consistency, in building a set of practices that support one another. Because the routines you choose to establish are not just behaviors, they're the building blocks with which you construct the future. Is it time to place these blocks in the right spot? Small steps may seem insignificant, but when accumulated over time, they result in surprising transformations. The principle of the compound effect shows that tiny changes, when repeated consistently, add up to a powerful impact. It's like a snowball that starts small at the top of the mountain and as it rolls down grows until it becomes an unstoppable force. Studies confirm that if you improve just 1% every day, by the end of a year, the accumulated gain will be approximately 37 times your starting point. Imagine the impact of this in areas of life such as health, finances, or productivity. For example, by replacing 15 minutes of daily social media with reading, you would accumulate nearly 91 hours of reading in a year. That time could mean dozens of books read and new knowledge gained. It's the repetition of these small gestures that separates the mediocre from the extraordinary. Swapping soda for water every day may not seem like much in a week, but over 6 months, it can be enough to shed extra pounds and significantly improve your health. Or consider saving just $5 a day over a year, you would have 1,225. Small choices add up, and when consistent, they change the game. The compound effect isn't about extreme effort, but about strategic consistency. There's no need to make drastic changes all at once. Start small, but start today. Because each small decision you make is shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. When the mind is constantly bombarded with stimuli and distractions, it becomes hard to see what really matters. This excess of information creates a mental fog, a sense of confusion that distances us from our deepest goals. But by embracing the compound effect and creating intentional routines, this fog starts to clear, revealing a renewed clarity. Mental clarity doesn't happen by chance. It is the result of daily choices that prioritize the essential and discard the superficial. Studies indicate that practices like meditation and regular physical exercise can significantly reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, improving focus and memory. Just 10 minutes of daily meditation can increase concentration capacity by up to 16%. A small change that, accumulated over time, generates a massive impact. This return to clarity opens the door to redefining what is truly worthwhile. When the mind is more focused, it's possible to see more clearly what adds value to your life and what only drains your energy. It's not just about productivity, but about living with purpose, knowing where you're going and why every action counts. The pursuit of greater purpose is an ongoing journey. It's not just about reaching one goal and stopping, but about constantly adjusting your course, renewing your objectives as you evolve. The mental reset, combined with new routines and the power of the compound effect, not only restores the mind, but also redefines your direction, guiding you toward a life that truly matters. The clock doesn't stop. Every wasted second is an opportunity that never returns. Life won't wait for you to be ready. It won't take a break for you to get organized. Nor will it stop throwing challenges at you because you're tired. Life moves forward. And the harsh truth is that if you don't do something to change, it will keep passing you by. Now the question is, will you continue to be carried by circumstances, or will you take control? What you do today, at this very moment, defines your tomorrow. The choices that seem small, skipping another day of training, spending another hour on your phone, postponing another project, are the bricks that build the wall between you and the life you truly desire. Every time you choose the easy path, you're choosing to stay the same. Every time you put something off, you're signing a contract with mediocrity. There's no other way to put it. It's time to wake up to reality. To understand that the changes you want so badly will only happen when you start taking responsibility for every action, no matter how small. Because in the end, it's not the big decisions that change a life. It's the small acts of discipline, repeated day after day, that turn the ordinary into extraordinary. You don't need permission to start over. You don't need a perfect moment or an infallible plan. All you need is an unbreakable commitment to yourself. And that starts now, without excuses, without delays. It's time to get out of autopilot, to stop letting life carry you and start shaping your own path. Share your experiences or struggles in the comments. What habit do you want to change? Where do you feel stuck? Together we can exchange ideas and help each other move forward. And while you're at it, check out the next video that's appearing on the screen. Continue this journey of constant renewal. The cycle never stops. The only question is, will you evolve or stand still?